When you said fifth at Munster, was that like to qualify or like fifth like in the entire competition?
Fifth in the whole world.
Woo!
He won.
That's good.
I think it was him.
You're talking about Uncle Rico.
Yeah, there we go.
Buck Smith,
Let's keep
Chris
it Uncle
Miller,
Rico.
Steve Caballero.
I'm Uncle Rico too, so I don't mind talking about that stuff.
Yeah, me too. No, that was that was like, nobody knows me. And then the next day when I got fifth, everybody knew me.
Oh.
Like everybody in skateboarding was like, hey, the Australian guy with the hair, like, nice ride. I'm like, like, because it was legends. People, Steve Caballero was like, hey, man, nice ride. I'm like, thank you, Steve Caballero.
Yeah.
Like, it was
Stevie
on the map.
Did you have those moments?
I had, when he mentioned Munster, it reminded me of, I forgot what year it was, but I qualified first and like on the first day. But I blew it in the finals.
At a Munster event?
Yeah, at the street contest as a pro skateboarder. But I blew it in the finals. But I was just so stoked. That high that you get.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my God, that was the closest I ever got to
it's like
being Tony Hawk.
Welcome. Here we go.
And I'm not Tony Hawk. Hey everybody, it's Jason Ellis and Tony Hawk. Hawk vs. Wolf, greatest podcast of all time in the history of the universe.
What he said about our podcast, and we have decks that are of the podcast.
Signed by the greatest skateboarder of all time in the history of the universe, and me.
Dang, I was going to get away with that. This is the same graphic that we used before, but with gold background, special edition.
It's like my teeth, but better.
It's number one. And the diptych, which is 2 decks, go side by side, signed by each of us, right there. Black with silver.
I love this board so much.
Tim Baring art on both of these.
Shout out to Tim. And get yourself one of these bad boys.
Gold-plated Hawk vs. Wolf signed deck and black and silver diptych available now.
Get one today.
You can get it at TonyHawk.com and in the shop right there. There's a little menu, upper right, shop. See both of these. Click add to cart, and we hope you give it to someone that has liked and described already.
Yeah. Make sure you do that if you haven't.
Thank you.
Are you looking for a delicious and nutritious snack that packs real protein punch?
Don't punch me.
I would never do
that. Because I'm
that.
holding pistachios in my hand.
Wait a minute.
They'll fall on the floor.
You got to crack into a good source of protein with tasty, healthy, wonderful pistachios.
Ow.
Each 1 ounce serving of wonderful pistachios contains 6 grams of protein, giving you over 10% of your daily value, mate. Pistachios are known for their protein power. Fiber, better for you, unsaturated fats for a combination that will help keep you feeling fuller longer. Check out wonderfulpistachios.com to learn more about how these little green wonders can power up your day.
Hey, Pancho and Wee Man here.
What's up, guys? How are you?
Wee Man, Jason Cunha
Hello. Yes.
is here. And you guys have your own podcast now, Little Revolutions.
Yeah.
Got that right? Yeah.
Yes.
You know why I know that? Because you guys gave me that coffee mug, and I still have it right in my office.
Perfect.
Full
Nice.
of candy.
Oh yeah, love it.
We
That's
love
right
giving
on
out-
my desk.
Yeah, we love giving away candy.
That's good.
We're trying to get Tootsie Roll to sponsor us
Ooh, I love how
Tootsie
you
Roll
leaned into
Midgies
the
especially.
microphone
Why
for that.
Tootsie Roll in particular?
because they have a candy. It's a little one. It's been around for a long time. It's called Midgies. And we're really trying to
So-
like...
Wait, you like that?
I don't mind it.
You don't
Other
mind
little
it?
people get really offended by it, but I mean, I grew up, that was the only word there was. So I just kind of like,
But now
like...
But you're saying that was what people referred to you as.
Yeah,
and
referred
you
to-
didn't take offense to it because that's the only word
That's
they
just
had.
all I kind of knew. Like, I mean, there's derogatory ways
That's
to
what I mean.
say
Did you-
it, but
you
it was
didn't hear
like
it as a
more
derogatory.
naive
Yeah,
take,
okay.
kind of, you know. So I didn't really ever take offense to it. And I also think it's because I didn't have little people parents, you know, like, and I have 2 younger brothers and they're both really tall, like as tall as you. So I kind of got stuck this way and I kind of was just always treated the same, but also it wasn't like, I wasn't like segregated or like taught that was offensive. You kind of just it was just tough love kind of thing.
That came from your parents too?
Yeah, for sure.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wait, you guys the same age?
I'm older.
yeah.
3 years.
How was it for you?
Same. I grew up, both parents tall, tough love, like, but my parents split up when I was younger, but still tough love, both houses.
Mm-hmm.
And my mom was like, what do you want to know about being a little person? You want to go to these, there's things called little people conventions,
LPA.
where they gather and it's all little people.
Thousands
And,
of them.
You know,
Is it a huge party?
Oh, it's a huge, it's a huge part. It's a huge get together.
I didn't even know about it till like later on in life, but it's like a huge get together. You go, you meet people your size. There's like dances. There's like little people Olympics where you can compete against people like that are your size in like soccer, football, whatever it is that you want to do. There wasn't no skateboarding.
But I mean,
though.
there is a baseline of like it's a singles vibe.
I think
That's just one part of it.
That was my question.
That's kind of the undertone of, I think, the parents of little people bring their, kids there to say, you could meet someone.
Right.
And it makes it easier for them. But when I first went, I was like, oh, what is this? Hell no. Like, these people.
Hell no.
Yeah, I was like, they have nothing to do like with what I do, They're not.
Right.
And so that's where I was first.
Were you already skating when you went?
Yes.
I think it's like that because they're like even like with the events that they have at those conventions, there's no skateboarding. It's like other kind of more mainstream things, at least back then, where you don't really have anything in common but your physicality, So,
right.
You were already a skateboarder, so you were already a part of a group.
Yeah.
And you were well aware that group was the best group on the planet, so who cares about this little guy?
Everybody else is below. Like,
right?
you're just like, you're just like, no, don't need to be part of
I
this
could be at a
group.
scientist convention. I could be like, idiots. Can't even do a kickflip.
TED Talk, what's this?
I did your guys' podcast a couple months ago, and you brought up an interesting thing that I didn't really think about at the time. Where was it Big Brother that was sort of making you guys arch enemies, or it was not arch enemies, but like these are the only two little people, and
No, it wasn't Big Brother at first. Big Brother kind of put us together.
They gave us our first interview together in the mag.
Yeah. But I think it was everybody else around skateboarding.
they were pitting you guys against each other.
and it was almost kind of a NorCal, SoCal thing.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Too,
It kinda became that,
also,
too.
it was like
yeah.
That
Punch,
makes more sense how
Punch
they would make.
was NorCal.
I know that vibe.
Yeah, and Jay's SoCal. What's who's better? And then there was also during that time, Simon Woodstock was fighting.
Oh yeah.
So then there was this, skateboarders fight people now. You two should fight. And it's like, whoa, where did fighting come in?
This guy called me up out of nowhere. He's like, "Hey man, so Mike Muir and Simon Woodstock are fighting. You want to fight me?" I was like, "Fuck no! Are you nuts? I'm not getting in the ring with this guy. He's like a fire hydrant."
I run a comedy fighting event every year, and as soon as you two sat on the couch, my brain was like,
Oh my God.
shut up, Jason. Let him live." Because you can't help, it's just instinct. I'm like, man, you guys should fight each other. What would happen? You know what I mean?
But it's been like that since, and we had to squash that. It was going, that
Good.
was something that was from the day we were both in the mag till we finally went what are we doing?
All right.
And we could have done something better or done something instead. And that's when we realized.
I think it was also too even with a bunch of the interviews that I got outside of Big Brother magazine when I was a professional skateboarder. It was I think Skateboard magazine and a couple other ones, Slab. But it was always the question would come up is so who's better at skateboarding, you or Wee Man?
I hate that.
Who's better?
It's just the
answer
worst.
it. And it was always man, it's kind of weird. I get it, but I also feel we were entering the same competitions, at least I was, as everybody else,
And you qualified first out of all the people. It wasn't just about you guys.
No. We would have to we'd have to battle everybody, average height.
Of course.
But they put it that it was us.
I always just kind of saw skateboarding as everyone as equals. Obviously, there's the elites, but we're all doing the same thing and we're all competing in the same thing. So it's I always thought that was weird, but I get it. I get why they did that. I mean,
They needed press.
yeah.
They needed something to write about. They needed something to talk about. They needed something outside of skateboarding to promote.
But did you? I mean, at some point, did you feel like, all right, enough with it? Like, I'm not a novelty.
Absolutely.
Totally.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Because I
100%.
always thought, like, as skateboarding, like with skateboarding, for me, at least with the friends I was skateboarding, we were always kind of like competing against, and not necessarily competing against each other, but pushing each other. It was all about progression.
That's what it's all about.
Just
right.
getting better and better and better. And so I that's why I didn't understand that side of it. Maybe if I had the same mentality I have now and I had it back then, it would be a little different. You know, we could learn how to kind of ride that wave or something, you know?
I wish we would have just collabed and done something back then more. You know, they would have
when we weren't, when I wasn't a professional skateboarder anymore and I wasn't able, and me and him were kind of, you know, connecting and becoming friends, we wanted to start a skateboard company and call it 2x4. Because like it's two of us and we're 4 feet tall, 2x4.
Yeah.
It's a piece of wood.
It
That would
would've-
have been really
Would
cool.
you
It's like
sponsor-
a catchy name.
Would you sponsor tall people?
No.
Can't be on the team,
Yeah,
right?
Can't be, dude. Sorry.
enough, fair enough.
You were battling us
What's the
whole
threshold?
time.
What's the threshold?
Just, you have to, I'll tell all little people, we're going to just promote all little people to skate.
All little people.
I see
Yeah.
that was your vision. I thought we would just be a normal company, but it was ran by two little dudes.
Okay.
You know, and
So there
called
was a chance I
2x4.
could have got on the team.
You could have got on the
I just
team.
don't talk to
Yeah.
you, talk to you, and I would have been
Yeah, there you
Yeah,
go. Depends on who you talk
He's
to.
going to cause the rift in your
Yeah, yeah.
company.
There's always.
But I think we should sponsor Jason.
Was there like a
Jason's
little
on
bit of a, like it seems like when you retired, you two could be better friends? Was
Yeah,
there
for
anything
sure.
to that? Like the skate, being a pro
Well,
made it...
I moved to Los Angeles, and so I came from NorCal to Los Angeles.
When did you move
and
to
that
LA?
was like his kind of.
He came to my turf
I came to his turf, and I kind of just.
and tried to be in Hollywood too.
Yeah,
but wait,
so, yeah.
You were
it's
working at
on.
Big Brother.
Yes.
Yeah.
You were working at Big Brother when you moved? When you moved to...
No, we were.
I was already doing Jackass.
Oh, you
he
already
was
did Jackass,
doing
okay.
Jackass
That's
stuff.
what I'm
I was
saying.
already getting called Wee Man wherever I went.
Sounds
Yeah.
personal.
Yeah.
Wait, because you skated?
I think it's because I skateboarded. We both had shaved heads, and I was
Just
a
a
little
little
dude.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, were they saying it in jest, or they actually thought, like, hey, there he is?
Yeah. No, if I
thought-
was with a group of skateboarders
They're like,
and I
"Oh,
was
there's Wee Man."
skateboarding, it's
Yep.
Wee Man. Even like towards the end of like my skateboard days when I would be on tour with Think Skateboards and we'd go and skate like the school, the local school that we did a demo at. And there would be like football players playing in the field or just kids that from school there. They'd be like, oh my God, it's Wee Man. And then my friends, my teammates would fuck with me and go, or would mess around and be, because they would see me getting annoyed at this and they would be like, what's up, Wee? What's the next spot you want to go to, Wee? And they're like, it is him. You just said it wasn't you. It is you. I'm like, oh my God. It was like never ending, dude.
Are you guys the same stance?
I'm goofy.
I'm goofy too, yeah.
Yeah.
Man, it looked like you were about to
Yeah.
fight.
Yeah. Hey,
What
You're
are
not-
you, Jay? Oh, he's regular?
Yeah.
Odd man out. Odd man out.
I got a crew. I got a crew.
Goofies,
We're
dude.
goofy footed. What's
I
up?
mean, in this day and
We're
age, though,
running,
people
dude.
are
Beat
just
all
skating.
no,
your
I know.
asses.
That's true, yeah.
Right?
I'll beat
Like-
all your asses regular footed. You stand goofy, I'll stand regular.
I'll
Let's go.
skate switch and beat your ass.
Ooh.
Oh, Jesus, dude.
I wasn't talking about skateboarding. I was talking about actually beating the shit out of all of you. Goofy.
We're going
know
fighting.
about
We're going to
him,
fight.
but I think
It's called goofy. You know
definitely
why? Because it's goofy.
Me and you together, we wouldn't stand a chance against Jason.
Fighting him?
Yeah.
Yeah, we would. I'm not afraid of this guy.
I know you're not afraid. Doesn't mean you're not going to get your ass handed to you.
Let me tell you something,
You
Jason.
might get knocked out with a smile on
let
your
me
face,
tell
but
you
you're going to sleep, little guy.
Hey, goofy footers, we put our right foot forward. Oh. Yeah.
Regular-
buddy.
That was a big one.
We put our right foot forward, bud.
Heard that one.
Chris Miller is regular footed.
Yeah, but Chris
Well, they
Miller
beat him
doesn't
up
want to
too.
come here.
He won't. You're
Yeah.
right. Because he's too cool. 'Cause he's
Let me ask
regular.
you
I don't
guys-
even want to win this argument. I don't even care.
Let me ask you guys a question. Being that you guys come from the vert skateboarding world, when switch stands started coming about, was that just like shit? Like we gotta start. This is like learning how to skateboard again? And did you guys back it? Did you guys try to like attempt it? Because it seems so
It was
hard.
exciting.
Yeah.
I thought it was exciting.
That's good.
Good for you. Look, he's always been on a different quest. I've always been trying to be, I want to look good. I care about my style more than I care about tricks. So I did a couple switch things and I videoed it and then I saw it and I was like, oh my God, no, I will not. Which was a bad decision looking back because I could no longer evolve because, you know, I did a few things where I was like, it's clearly, to me, dog shit. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, that switch frontside ollie looks like a flying turd to me. Same with backside 360s. I did a couple backside 360s, and I was like, oh, man, you look like an asshole when you do it. So I stopped doing them. And then, like, 5 years later,
he wasn't
everybody's doing it, and I was like whoops, I should have kept up with that one. That was kind of the beginning of the end.
Like, when switch skateboarding came about, like, for street skateboarding, and you guys skate street a little bit, you guys... Yeah, both skate street too.
Don't say anything.
A little bit.
Do you guys still push Mongo? Because I do. I was just like, there's no other.
I tried to learn. My son Riley, I was watching him skate one day, and he went switch, and I go, "Are you pushing switch?" He's like, "Yeah." I go, "How?" And he goes, "I just worked on it because I thought it looked cooler."
Yeah.
And then I tried, and I look like my leg is broken. Like, I can't get any speed. Yeah, no.
You look like your leg is broken.
I just kept the Mongo switch. I was like, at least now
don't
people
get him
know I'm
started on my
skating
switch.
Bill Danforth style.
Yeah.
Full Bill
Man,
Danforth style.
he looks like he's on a toilet seat the whole time he's pushing. But I respect it though because he's like, I don't care, I own it.
Yeah, he did own up to it.
It's different when you own it.
Yeah.
You know, it's almost. I when I started skateboarding, that's how I push. But then, you know, you go hang out with groups of people, and someone's like, "Hey, man, you realize how stupid that is?" And I'm like, "Is it? Oh, okay." And then I think there was probably a week there. I was like, "No, get the other foot off." And then I forgot that I even pushed Mongo. I actually had to send a video to my brother's kid. Because my brother's kid was pushing Mongo and my brother, his father was like, "Hey man, that ain't that cool, you know that?" He's like, "Whatever, it's totally cool." He's like, "Maybe we'll talk to your uncle about it." And then he was like, "Hey, can you do me a favor and send me a video so that I can show my son?" And I was like, "You got it." So then I went in the parking lot and was breaking down. Sorry, man, but breaking down that it's not really that cool to be pushing like that, and it's more efficient this way because as soon as your back foot gets on, you're already in the stance. You don't have to make any adjustments. And I think he's done that.
You guys skate switch? You learn how to push switch?
No, I never did. But what made me just go, like, screw it. Like, I like pushing this way. When I push switch, I'll push Mongo, is watching the chocolate video and seeing Keenan Milton.
Yep.
Right before he does a switch flip, he's like adjusting his pants, but he's pushing Mongo.
I know what you're talking about, yes.
Mongo to do the switch flip.
And
I'm like, all right,
this
is
sick,
cool.
yeah.
I'm going to keep it. That way people know I'm skating switch.
Yeah.
I pushed Mongo when I first started skating, and my friends told me, no.
Yeah.
So I changed my stance changed my pushing to my regular pushing.
Okay.
I pushed Mongo. I changed that when I was younger to push, the normal way, regular pushing. So when switch came, it almost was like an old, comfortable feeling to push
that
regular
makes sense.
style.
Yeah.
I can push switch. That's about it.
That dudes that push Mongo, like the Bill Danforth and that could push Mongo like regular footed. Like it was always funny to watch them push and be able to guide their board, like you know,
it looks
like it's going sideways, right?
No, I'm going this way. No, but you're just guiding it with your foot.
Yeah.
Like damn.
So when you hurt your back, how was that for a transition? Like when your back was just, you knew that you couldn't keep going.
It was hard. I mean,
bet.
My career was done skateboarding. I was like living in Hollywood, kind of like that LA lifestyle, like partying all the time with my friends and
Was
stuff.
this before you hurt your back?
No, this was before I hurt my back. So I was skateboarding a little bit, but it wasn't, it kind of ended. But like, it was one of those things that after I hurt my back, I got in a really bad car accident. Like my friend drove my car that had pedal extensions. He was like as tall as you.
Yeah.
He drove me home because I was too drunk to drive.
Right.
And we're coming out of a club, and I don't even understand how these dudes gave me my keys, but he's like, "You're not driving home. I'll drive you home."
Yeah.
He was tipsy, but he wasn't like me.
Hey, Jason.
Yeah?
Nomad started as a Kickstarter project in 2012 with the goal of building ultra-rugged and minimalist tools for the 21st century nomad. Based in Santa Barbara, California, Nomad makes mobile accessories that not only look good, but are there when you need them most.
From iPhone cases to Apple Watch straps to wireless chargers, ultra-durable cables, and even premium wallets, and passport holders crafted with Horween leather.
Nomad uses American leather for their cases and bands that just look better the more you use them.
Nomad has designed brands for Apple Watches that seemingly go from the ramp to a night out.
Nomad offers convenient wireless charging solutions for the home, office, and bedroom with a suite of chargers for whatever mobile devices you use, as well as Apple Watch and AirPods.
Nomad is a climate-neutral certified brand. The attention to detail with these products is amazing. Great look and fit for all Apple products.
Nomad is and always will be the company that prioritizes design and quality over everything else.
Nomad designs all concepts from the ground up, rather than white labeling existing products.
Check out Nomad at nomadgoods.com/hawkwolf to see what living the nomad life is all about. That's nomadgoods.com/hawkwolf. Be sure to use the code WOLF to save 10% on your first order. You do not have to choose between better hair growth and your health. There's a holistic solution for men that promotes both healthier hair and whole body wellness.
Get ahead of thinning hair with Nutrafol's whole body approach to hair growth. No drugs, no compromises.
Nutrafol is the #1 dermatologist recommended hair growth supplement, clinically shown to improve your hair growth, thickness, and visible scalp coverage. Nutrafol's hair growth nutraceuticals go beyond genetics to multi-target the root cause of thinning, including
stress, hormones, nutrition, metabolism, aging, and lifestyle through whole body health.
Physician formulated using natural medical grade ingredients. Nutrafol's drug-free patented technology provides consistent, reliable results without compromising your sexual health.
In a clinical study, men showed progressive improvement in hair growth and thickness after 3 and 6 months. Nutrafol is also trusted and recommended by more than 3,000 top doctors.
Nutrafol.com, spelled Nutrafol.com, promo code HAWKWOLF.
And he got in my car. I had a Dodge Charger,
Nice.
but the pedals are lifted. So
when he had his knees up real high,
yeah, his knees were
he
like
can't
up to
adjust
here
it.
by his chin.
Nah, 'cause they're-
So what happens when you're driving like that is, when you're driving, it's all footwork.
Yeah.
But when you're driving with your knees up here, you tend to use your legs, your forearm leg, instead of just your feet. So we went around a corner and he gassed it instead of press the brake accidentally, and he drove my car into a furniture store, dude. Like, we literally went into the furniture store, and he made sure I was all right, and there was another buddy with us. They ran. They bolted. And what got me out of it was I had a seatbelt mark from my from being in the passenger seat.
Okay.
So the cops knew I wasn't driving, but I didn't give up my friends. But it was crazy. TMZ showed up.
Wait, the friend that was driving took off too?
Yeah.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah.
'Cause he
and
was
Left him hanging.
Yeah. And they were just scared.
Of course.
I mean, we were.
But you're
all
saying they didn't
scared.
give him up? Were you saying I don't even know who was driving, or you were? Like,
Yeah, I don't know. I don't. I mean, I was so plastered. It was kind of a crazy times. But TMZ showed up, and the cops showed up, and I was in the ambulance getting driven, and the cops thought I was Wee Man the whole time. And then another cop thought I was the guy from Game of Thrones. Like, that's what happens. Like, when you're not in, like, our world, like, people just automatically think you're whatever dude is in the moment.
We're pretty lame as a group, really.
Average
but it
people.
got me
average
the
people.
cops were asking me for my autograph. They're like, "My kid loves you, dude. You know, can you sign this?" I'm like, "Yeah." And it eventually got me out of, like, getting in trouble. I was home.
Oh, okay. Well, it's kind of worth it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It was.
Can I ask how cool it was before you hit stuff that hurt you? How cool did it look when the car was going through the furniture store? Because I've always wanted to do that.
I mean,
very specific.
You ever go around a corner, you see a
desire.
store, and you're like, man,
It was
through the other side, like badass. You
It
know?
was pretty surreal in the sense that like this furniture store was like right by our house, and it was a thick wall to get through.
Did you make
the
it
windows.
like through or just
We made it all the way through. He literally parked in there like it was a garage.
any couches bouncing off the windshield or anything? Did you see any cool visuals?
No, I don't really. I just remember glass shattering everywhere, and it was in our and the glass was on my lap too, and my car was destroyed.
Did you know you were hurt in that moment?
No, I was so in shock. Like I could move. That's why my friends left, I think, because they saw that I could move. My neck was fine. Everything was fine. But the crazy part about it, I mean, obviously it could have been a lot worse, but it was at the corner of Oakshire and I think Cahuenga. And basically the store was right on the corner. We ran around the corner into the store, and there was a bus stop right there. And there was like a big like the telephone poles.
Oh yeah.
And we basically went right in between the bus stop and the telephone pole, and there was a person waiting at the bus.
Wow.
So we could have easily like killed them, wrapped ourselves around the telephone pole.
Right.
Like it could have been a lot worse. Like I could have been in jail for the rest of my life. You know, it was. So I like after that.
Man, you almost ruined Wee Man's career.
Yeah.
Totally. Almost did. You almost did. Wow.
Sorry.
Yeah, but
man.
that was crazy.
Peter
And then it
Dinklage.
was like, like the back stuff started coming up like 3 months later. Like it just kind
What
of like
was
crept
the
up.
back injury?
I had to get a laminectomy. So basically,
what?
my spine was getting compressed, like was compressing all the nerves going down my legs, my
Yeah.
feet. So my legs were on fire. My feet were completely numb.
For how long?
They're still like that. They're just not as bad. I can still walk on it and stuff.
Did the surgery make a difference?
No, not really. I think my symptoms were so bad that like it just,
Still now?
yeah.
Have you looked into stem cells and stuff?
My mom has told me about that stuff, but I haven't really looked into it. No, I haven't, you know.
Might want to.
Is that
I know
good for spines though? Is that just
Yeah,
good for
everything.
like knees and elbows
Everything.
and stuff?
I've heard some success stories.
Really?
BioAccelerator in Colombia. I sent his son there.
We're gone. Riley and I
you're
are
gone
going in
too.
February.
Yeah, because he's going to
Really?
get his neck
Yeah,
worked
my
on.
neck sucks.
I've been
My neck's
trying to
just
get
from-
him to go since I went because at one point I could not kneel and I couldn't run. Like whenever I trained for a fight, I would swim and use the bike because I just can't run for
That's
long.
how I feel. I can't run.
Right. If I
can't.
run the next day, it's like, dude, why would you do that? And then I went and got stem cells, and then I started running and started kickboxing and doing jiu-jitsu. Like people would pull on my leg and I'd wake up the next day and be like, I can walk.
Wow.
I got my whole life back. I started skating again. And then snapped my MCL off. And then I got a dead man's MCL put in there. And then I went back to Colombia.
Dead man, cadaver.
Yeah, whatever. I usually, if I say cadaver, I say the other one that's chocolate, so I sound
Godiva?
stupid. Yeah.
Godiva.
So I don't say.
Chocolate ligament.
I just say dead man.
That's probably more expensive.
Yeah.
to get chocolate injected.
Well,
You just
Godiva.
got some homeless
Godiva,
dude
yeah.
who died.
Yeah.
Godiva.
No, I feel like it's Allen Iverson's because it's pretty good, man. It's holding together. But then I went back and got more shots in my ankles, in my shoulder, and
Is that
It-
an
but I
expensive
know-
process?
not
Well,
yeah,
not
if you know a
yes,
guy.
it could be. They will do trades for big social media followings and stuff.
Oh, really?
So,
there's a
but-
potential.
Once we get 100,000 subscribers,
We'll go.
we can. Yeah, we'll both go.
You should both go.
Nice.
That's a good pitch
I
right there.
I know a few people that don't believe in any kind of
My mother is
voodoo
very,
medicine
like,
type of
into,
stuff,
like,
you know, where
pushing that
Yeah.
stuff.
and they heard success stories, they went and they swear by it. Like,
Dude, I'm
changed.
52 and I can
Yeah.
skate again.
But
Like,
That's
when
amazing,
I was
Jason.
38,
You were done?
I wanted to go, but if I went, it was just like the next day. I used to do the party trick where I would move my shin in my knee, and everyone would go,
kneecap
"Whoa!"
goes
Yeah,
super
yeah,
loose.
yeah.
Dude, it doesn't do it anymore, dude.
But my
not-
neck sucks, so I'm going.
Yeah.
And my son he's just been plagued with ankle problems. Like he's broken both ankles.
So
And-
it's a thing where you get done on both ankles.
He's
Oh,
going
yeah.
to, yeah.
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 And you're just going to get it on your neck?
Mostly, yeah.
So it's an injection?
Yeah, it's not a fun
Yeah,
one.
it's different.
That
so
sounds scary,
mine's
like
going to be
maybe
different
not
than his.
needle, right?
Real gnarly.
Right.
No anesthesia.
So mine, I have to be there for longer because mine's more like cervical spine. But he doesn't have to be there for as long because the ankle joints are different process. Anyway, I wasn't here to pitch you guys on it. I'm just telling you that I am going to do it. Yeah, I'm going to do it. Yeah.
I just thought I'd mention it, man.
Yeah, no, thank
We'll
you for
easily
that,
connect
Jason.
you because
Yeah,
if
yeah.
that changed your back, that really
That
could
would be amazing. Man, like to just be able to ride a board again and just, that would be amazing.
What happens if you try to skate?
My equilibrium is all like gone from my feet are so numb that like I can't stand on my tippy toes. Like I can't run off my tippy toes. Like I've lost that sense. It's like a dead foot. I can walk and I can like speed walk. Like I get like my cardio like running on the walking on the treadmill, but I'm like holding on, you know, like it's not like I'm just
Wow.
So that's kind of how I keep like my equilibrium and like this amazing physique that you're looking at right now. But yeah, so that would be like really cool to be able to, you know, like see if something like that would help me because as far as like surgeries and stuff, all the surgeons that I've dealt with, I've had 3 back surgeries, and all of them tell me is like I can't fix you, but I can make sure that you're not in a wheelchair in 5 years.
3 different doctors? Did each one have a different prognosis? Like with each one was like, oh no, I got this. Like this is my approach. And
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Like the first one was the laminectomy where they had to do a decompression and shave off bits of my spine to allow it for the movement. And then the second one was from his doctor. She was a sports orthopedic surgeon, and she did like a fusion on my lower back because she didn't want to go back and recut up like that area that they I think like messed up. So she was like, maybe if I fuse it together, it will.
She fused you?
Yeah, she fused it, and
I
then
thought the first doctor fused you.
no, and then the third surgery I got was when I got the MRI. This was like 3 or 4 years ago. It was another fusion on my thoracic spine, on my the middle of my spine, but they also saw that the fuse that his doctor did wasn't fused anymore. So it was just like a moving piece of metal in my lower back. So they had to go back and fuse that, put that back together. Yeah, I've been like a guinea pig. So like anything.
did any of those surgeries, like did you feel a vast improvement?
No,
after?
not at all. Maybe
None?
tiny
ones.
Yeah, it wasn't. Yeah,
Oh,
I mean, that's
what a
just
crazy
kinda
disappointment.
Yeah, so it's one of those things where like skateboarding was already done, but luckily it wasn't a thing where it happened in the midst of my career where it was just like,
Just
I
ripped
can't
from
skateboard
you.
no more. I have no idea what I'm gonna do.
Yeah,
You
right.
know, like
Bioaccelerator. Get these 2 and help him. And think they get a podcast, they hang out, they're very entertaining. It's good. It's bigger than just me by myself, and you did it to me,
I think
so
you,
do
I
it
think
to
you
them.
guys would qualify regardless.
Yeah.
They
I mean,
know
it's
who
really
you are.
interesting to see.
Where's it
like,
at again?
Colombia.
Colombia.
Dude, they did it on my face. You guys know Danny Way, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Danny tells me
He
because
goes there and
he
gets
goes
it
there because of me, dude. I'm
and
the
gets
first.
it in his
What
knees,
happened to your
right?
face?
And Steve-O.
Yeah,
Steve-O went,
Steve-O
yeah.
Nothing happened
yeah.
to my face. Just Danny's, because Danny looks weathered or whatever, because
Yeah.
he's, you know what I mean, like a maniac and it's taking its toll. But they were like, hey, we can do your face. And he was like, yeah, okay. And then he tells me, because I went there first, and he goes, and he's going, bro, you got to check out the face one. Most pain I've ever been through in my entire life. And I was like, yeah, right. So I ask him when I get there, I'm like, hey, what's this face injection thing? Danny says it's real painful. Can I get that? And they're like, yeah, you can get that if you want. And I was like, all right, let's do it.
Oh my goodness.
Wow. That was like,
he was right.
Where did they do it?
dude,
into
they
your face?
they go 1, 2, 3, 4,
your
5, 6,
cheeks?
7, 8. No, they're everywhere. They pick
Okay.
a section and they hammer it with a needle while injecting.
Okay.
No anesthesia.
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
it's a pretty fat needle.
Yeah.
But I'm tearing up, like tears are coming out, not from emotions, just like the pain is,
Yeah.
and you can't move your face, so it's just like, oh, and they do like 7 or 8, and then they go, because she goes, would you like to take a break? And I was like, take a break from what? And they're like, well, most people like wait half an hour and then they build up some more, gusto, and then they go again. And I was like, just go. Like this,
Finish
I don't want
it.
to, I'm not
Yeah.
waiting 20 minutes for another
Yeah,
dose.
rip
Just
the Band-Aid
do it.
off. Let's
Yeah.
get it done.
But I put it
Yeah.
on Instagram, but it was Like
I like how you didn't think of it for the benefits. You're just like, it was more of a challenge from Danny
I
Way.
don't need freaking injections.
So what is it supposed to do? Just make you feel
I don't
younger
know.
again?
I
or-
looked great. That's why I look like
I mean,
this
you
now.
look nice.
Is it
he
a
hot?
different Botox
Yeah,
or
man,
something?
he's like a hot older man.
No.
Like,
Right,
so,
thank you.
yeah.
Thank you.
So there you go. There's your
You did look good. I will say.
Bioaccelerator. It's not really me. This isn't my face.
You did look
Just
good.
wait
I
till
was-
I get back, you guys.
No, I will not marry
are
you,
you
but I
gonna go for
appreciate
it?
it.
No, I'm
face
not
too?
doing my face. This is what you see is what you get here.
Yeah.
I'm 55.
Get your face done.
He's going
If you're gonna
closer.
get your neck in there, just while you're at it, like you're already in hell from the injection in your
Okay.
neck, be like, hit me in the face.
All right, I'll ponder it.
For the sake of this podcast, can you freshen your face up a little bit?
Wow.
There we go.
Goofy footed old
You know
ass.
what? He's right. I'm for the better good. For the
Wow.
greater good. Okay.
If you do
got
your
it.
Can't wait
face,
till
that's
next year.
all right.
Welcome back to the super hot, attractive Hulk versus Wolf podcast.
I did this for you
no,
guys.
we will not marry you, but you can like and subscribe.
All of a sudden, they look so young.
Yeah.
Wow.
Have you seen it?
Yeah.
We're all doing it. We're all doing it.
Let's all go.
Yeah.
Let's all go and get
I mean, I would
faced
probably do
out.
it around this area because for some reason, this area of mine is like really getting old.
That's
You
where
know,
everybody
there's
gets
face
old.
exercises
That's
that
where
can-
like,
everyone
you don't
gets
have-
old.
Hey, there's face
What's this
exercises.
guy laughing at?
There's face.
Oh, he's super old. Don't ask on him.
Yeah.
Stop.
Tom's older than all of us.
Yeah. He's riddled. There's no. Bioaccelerator cannot help Kevin.
He's
Starr.
like the pirate ghost.
Young, Kevin looks young though.
He does.
Yeah.
He stopped drinking and his face just remained.
Yeah,
in
the
his
old
40s,
the old
so.
alcohol that'll do it to you.
I want to know about like when you guys started skating, you realized you're gonna get hurt. You know, I
Yeah.
mean, you told me you started skating on a freestyle board.
Yeah.
Right.
And street skating it. Yeah,
That's amazing.
Yeah. And most people don't realize all my injuries have been skating, not jackass.
Not jackass.
Jackass, I've gotten knocked out. Skating,
Hey, that counts, dude.
that,
Don't let that one slide.
No, that's what
knocked
I'm
out
saying.
is bad.
oh yeah.
How many
No,
times
but
have you been knocked out?
people expect you must have had crazy injuries on the set.
But I was skating when I got knocked out
There you go.
on Jackass.
Only one time?
Yeah.
I thought you'd been knocked out more than once on Jackass. Or just maybe your bell
Wait,
rung.
that was at Bob's?
Yeah.
Oh, that was the day I got hurt.
Yeah. The day Tony got
That's
hurt.
the day
yeah.
we both got hurt.
We both
when you
got
did
hurt.
the loop
I
with the
saw
monkey.
he went down the waterfall at Bob's and he was straight legged and then just slammed. And then I remember watching him try to get up and he like got up and then fell down and tried to get up again and fell down. I was like, oh, dude, you got KO'd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then 20 minutes
Back of your
later.
head?
And then you did it. Wait,
Yeah.
that was this 20
Same
minutes
day.
later you did your
Yeah.
one?
Yeah.
And I saw that and I'm like,
Wait,
we just killed Tony.
wait. You woke up just in time to see him get knocked
Yeah,
out?
yeah.
Yes.
Man, that is a tough day at the office. Like,
That was a horrible day.
I don't know if I want to
That
show up
was.
again after that day.
Yeah, but for Jackass, that's a
Yeah, 'cause
good
you know
day.
you got
That-
yourself
no,
a
actually,
great
It
That's
was
a good
Wild
day.
Boys.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's a good day on Wild Boys.
Yeah.
Like
No,
two
but-
people
but
getting
they-
knocked out. That's amazing.
They buried the footage. Tremaine
Oh,
buried it.
it's
He's
gone.
like,
Yeah, that
he was
will
like, I'm
never-
not showing that to anyone.
That will never be.
You want one
Man.
too?
I think mine got
His wasn't
shown.
on video.
No, mine wasn't actually. Yeah.
No, I remember
Wait,
he was
that-
warming up. He was just skating Bob's ramp, like just
Bob
cruising
came
around.
up. Bob came up. We were waiting for everybody to get things going. Bob's like, "Hey, let's get the ramp together." And I'm like, "All right." He goes, "So drop in here, and I'll drop in here, and we'll go into the vert." And I'm like, "Okay, where do I go?" And I just dropped straight in.
That waterfall's
To the waterfall.
You've skated this ramp, right?
Yeah.
You know
And
the waterfall from the
You have to kind
shallow
of
to
like
the
just
deep.
like keep your knees
Yeah.
like
Like,
bent
he
where
went
you
just
go
straight
right
there.
down it and
I
stuff.
didn't go
Why did you go down that bit?
because Bob went on the side and carved it, and we were
Yeah.
we were tandem skating.
Yeah, that was it.
That is not good advice
Yeah,
for
it's
the
a bad
first time
day.
you're there.
And
But-
I heard after that, Bob says he does it to everybody. That's his little trick to see if they'll go on the other side or if they'll go straight down. Like that's his little.
It's not that funny, Bob.
Sneak-
The other
True.
side is
Bob was
deadly, but
trying
the
to
other
kill a
side curves
dwarf that
in.
day.
Okay.
The other side's not just the flat wall.
Yeah.
So it's you're damned if
You're
you do,
either
damned if you don't.
following
Yeah.
or you're going down.
Yeah.
But you got knocked out and you were half conscious. You didn't sleep?
No, I didn't sleep. I was like, that faded in and out. Kind of
I've got like a lot under my belt. The ones where you're still kind of there, to me, are they're not as bad for the recovery, but they're worse because you're still there for it. Like when I've been knocked
Because
out,
you realize-
and then I'm just in the stands,
Yeah,
and I'm
yeah.
like, hey, what are you doing here?
Yeah.
And they're like,
yeah,
dude,
yeah.
you got done. And I was like, oh, I don't feel anything. I'm like, oh, man. And a couple of people are emotional. And I'm like, what's wrong with you? And they're like, dude, you were doing that. And I'm like, oh, man, that's heavy.
Yeah.
But the ones where, because when
you're in that twilight, you
got
realize
up and you fell down. I
Yeah.
did that in Vegas where I went blind in one eye. I
Damn.
got knocked out and I went to get back up and I just went back on the ground. I'm like, what the hell? Because I didn't know that I hit my head. And then I get back up again and fall down again. I'm like, what the hell is going on? I'm like, wait a minute. I can't see out of my eye. I'm like, that's bad. And then it was back when I was not insured. I was still a tourist. When skateboarding was, they didn't have an athlete visa back then. And I knew everybody warned me never get in an ambulance because you can't afford it.
Yeah.
So the medical staff were there and they
$1,000.
got the oxygen mask and they're like, we're taking you to the hospital. I was like, not going to hospital. And a friend of mine at the time, who I won't mention because he's a dickhead, but he was still going to be in the contest. So he kept stealing my oxygen mask to get oxygen for the contest because it was real hot.
Wow, what
Yeah.
a friend.
He turned out to be a real prick, and I
Yeah.
should have known it from that one right there. But I remember especially then, I couldn't really read or write. And they were like, you have to tell us why we're not going to let you go to hospital. And I said, I'm okay, because I can't spell because. So I just said, I'm okay. And I was like, will you leave me alone? And then they left me alone. And then
Is that the Hard Rock event?
Yeah.
You couldn't spell because you were knocked out?
Nah, it's because I'm uneducated and I can't spell because.
Can't spell
Okay,
it.
cool.
I can do it now, I reckon, but
Could you spell it now?
maybe.
Let's go
That
for
was
it.
just C-U-Z.
Let's go for it.
C-U-Z. Cuz.
BEC.
Well, we
was
know
on-
who's on the
you brought
spelling
it up,
bee this year.
Hey, man,
all right.
It's not
Ellis
a
is
strong
good.
suit, the spelling. But
How are you guys in school? Speaking of.
yeah, spell because, smartass.
Because.
Shit. All right, you're smarter
because.
than me.
You said
Because I was more of a math kid. I hated history.
Yeah.
History, I was snoozing in class.
Same.
Didn't do good. Math, I was like, just cruising right through. That got me through school. Like, they're like, well, he's very good at math. Let's,
Yeah.
history and the other stuff. Nope, he's going to have to,
Did you know you were going to be a pro skateboarder when you were in school?
No, had no clue. Had no idea.
Didn't have a belief in your...
I had a belief, but I thought really, like a little person out of nowhere that's having just fun with it.
Yeah.
That's about as
So
far
when
as I
was
went.
the click where you were like, wait a minute, I think I can
When
make a
people
living?
wanted to start giving me boards.
So
Then
it
I-
wasn't it was like, hey man, we want to flow you some boards. And you're like, really?
Yeah.
Maybe there's something here.
That's when it started.
Was that similar with you?
I made sponsor me tapes.
You were hustling. Wait, so
yeah.
you didn't make any of that
He
stuff?
was right here in like Southern California, just
living in
at
the
Big Brother with
sunshine.
his buddies.
It does
World
make,
Industries
it
is
does
giving
make
me
it way
boards.
easier.
How did you connect with Think?
With Think Skateboards, I sent him a sponsor me tape. I sent 3 sponsor me tapes out. One to World Industries, one to Thunder Trucks, and one to Think Skateboards. The only people that responded were World Industries, but it was like the branch of World, it was a Big Brother branch of World Industries at that time, and they started sending me boards. And then like 6 months later, there was a big East Coast competition going on, and at that time, I had the Big Brother cover because when I got sponsored by World Industries or Big Brother, whatever you want to call it, they sent Spike Jones out to New York City to take pictures of me, skateboard pics.
Street skating?
Street skating, yeah. And that was when I was good buddy. My best friend was Tim O'Connor, so me and my boys went all to New York and just skated all the spots and showed Spike all the spots. And so 6 months later, or it was like 4 months later, the big East Coast competition happened. It was at the playground, one at the playground, then one at Newburgh Skate Park, and then at the
Bricktown.
Brooklyn Banks.
Was that Newburgh?
And there was one at Bricktown too.
yeah.
Yeah, so there was like 4 different competitions, and I
Yep.
was on the cover of Big Brother, and that was when it was hot. And that's when Greg Carroll walked up to me and said, "Hey, did you send a sponsor me tape like maybe 5 months ago?" I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Dude, like if you're not sponsored yet, I would love to sponsor you." And that was at the time where me and like the World Industry thing was kind of like, they were approaching me more like, no, you're not going to be on World Industries, but we're creating this kind of handicap team that we would love for you to be a part of. And I was
Is
like,
that really how they presented it?
yeah. And I was like, I don't want to be on that. And so
Wow.
when Greg offered me that, I was like, I'll take it. And then I saw Ruben Orkin, rest in peace, Ruben. And he's like, did you send a sponsor me tape to Thunder? Because they were my favorite trucks at the time.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah. He's like, dude, I would love to hook you up. He gave me a box. And
So it just took them seeing you skate live.
yeah. Like, I think with the video, they're like, this isn't real. This, you know, but
That's
like,
so weird.
You did do a dangly frontside nose slide though in the video.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
saw the sponsor me tape.
yeah.
Did a what?
Well,
He
that
did
was
a frontside
some footage.
nose
That was
slide.
a little bit of footage.
It was a little bit dangly.
That
and
thing
I
was up to my neck, though.
And I was like, you're dangling there.
Man, you've been competing since day one. Day one. Bro, that was,
I don't
that
know,
was
man,
okay.
it's a
No
little
slide,
droopy.
It was
dangling.
all right. You're a little bit dangly.
I was gonna
though.
send him some boards, but he was drooping that tail slide. Hey, if you want to hear, where'd you get that? This holiday season, Uncommon Goods is your secret weapon. That was my Spicoli.
That was really good.
Thank you.
Uncommon Goods is here to make your holiday shopping stress-free by scouring the globe for the most remarkable and truly unique gifts for everyone on your list.
Whether you're shopping for your secret Santa or your entire family, Uncommon Goods knows exactly what they want.
I got a cool mug from these guys the other day, and every time I have a coffee, everyone goes, ooh, where'd you get that?
Where'd you get that mug?
That's what they say.
When you shop at Uncommon Goods, you're supporting artists and small independent businesses. These fine products are often made in small batches, so shop now before they sell out this holiday season.
Uncommon Goods looks for products that are high quality, unique, and often handmade or made in the US. They have the most meaningful, out of the ordinary gifts anywhere.
From art and jewelry to kitchen, home, and bar, Uncommon Goods has something for everyone. Not the same lackluster gifts that you could find just anywhere.
And with every purchase you make at Uncommon Goods, they give back $1 to a nonprofit partner of your choice. They've donated more than $2.5 million to date.
To get 15% off your next gift, go to uncommongoods.com/HVW. That's uncommongoods.com/HVW for 15% off. Don't miss out on this limited time offer. Uncommon Goods, we're all out of the ordinary.
That was at the Newberg competition. That I was there with Tim O'Connor and like I remember everyone was skating the pyramid there, and the Newberg Park was like probably like 2 hours from our house, so we'd go there like maybe a couple times a month, and it was our favorite park. And I remember being able to I learned switch backside heel flips over the entire pyramid there, and it was an 8-foot like flat on top of that pyramid. It was a big pyramid.
That trick's gnarly
and I remember
at any
people-
length.
And the pros there, like that, like Daniel Hobel, and like there was all kinds of pros. Eric Costa, Mike Carroll, everyone. They were doing like kick flips over it, front side flips, and here I am doing switch backside heel flips, no sponsor, nothing. So it was kind of the first time they saw me skate, and they were just like, okay, let's hook this dude up. Like it was
That's sick.
It was really cool. Like it was one of those
You were
surreal
forgiven for
moments
the-
where
for
you're
the
just,
droopy
like,
nose slide at
being
that
at the
point.
right place at the right time. Who cares if I got a droopy frontside nose slide? Switch backside heel.
I got
flip
switch back
right.
heel.
An 8-foot pyramid, bitch.
And I mean, everybody has their one moment.
That was like one of my moments. That was definitely one of my moments. That was my Uncle Rico moment.
This is
That was my Uncle Rico
There we
moment.
go, Reeks.
this is it. This is why you guys have a podcast. This is why I brought you on.
Totally.
This is
and
amazing.
we use this to our advantage. Right before you came on, we had Tony Cox, the actor from Friday.
He's a
and
bad Santa.
Little brother man dude.
Yep.
And he kept bailing on us like so many times.
Yeah.
And
Welcome
he
to podcast.
Yeah. We got him into the studio, and as soon as we sat him down, he gets a phone call.
No
And
way.
I'm like, oh, great. He's walking out. He's walking out. Ponch went to take a piss. Ponch comes back. We're already in. And I just roast Ponch, make him crack up. And I'm like, push record. It's on.
Yeah.
And we did the whole podcast. He's like, you guys came in hot. My mind got off of everything going on, that this was the best day ever. And we were like, yes.
He was going to leave.
So, yeah, he was about to.
Well, he just
And-
his mom was in hospice at the time.
Oh, damn.
And
So-
like a month later, she ended up passing. But he had that phone call, and we were like, damn, it's already been so hard to get him here.
Yeah.
Finally, he shows up, and he's an older guy, so we understood why he wasn't showing up, but we were like, we need this guy here. Because our podcast, you know, it's not, we're trying to interview all different walks of life. And being that we're two little dudes, we like to give little dudes like some time up there to shine, you know? Like, and he was like, this is the first interview I've ever done. I had so much fun. We made him feel very comfortable there. Yeah, we ended up changing his day, you know, getting his mind off whatever
that's so great.
crap he was going through, you know? So
I had a blast doing it. I know my episode's not out yet, but
it was fun.
Yeah,
it was super fun.
Yeah. I'm glad we got some stuff out that, like, you know, it's not normal people. So you're skating today. And,
Right,
you know
yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the fun we want to make in it. We want to bring things out that people are like, whoa, nobody's ever asked me that.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, and I think but also you guys have such a strong foundation with skating too, and the skate crowd.
Yeah.
You know, you really have earned that respect. Where
It's pretty cool to be able to go like on podcasts for skateboarding. Like we did a 9 Club podcast, and it was really cool because they really kind of differentiated us to the world that still thinks it's I'm him or I'm Peter, or he's this guy, or, you know.
Right.
And
They actually know what they're
put
talking
us on there as individuals instead of like the same thing, you know. Like So that was really neat, and you guys are doing the same thing for us. So thank you.
Yes.
Oh yeah, of course.
Is there any, like, is the podcast, it's working, it's a good idea. It's a good idea. Is there more, like, do you think that there's potential for more than this? Like a TV show, or
We don't know.
like it's, you know, like if it...
2 half men?
You had that one in your back pocket. You've been holding that
I
one.
just came up with that one. I swear. He's asked that question, and it popped.
All right, there it
That's
is.
a good idea.
Knee-high PI.
Okay, stop, all right?
That one's been,
That was my joke. I was
all right.
As a comedian, I was trying to throw a joke in there.
So, no, we don't know. We'll see.
I've actually been approached about that. I just never told you.
Well, thanks
About
for bringing
having
it
a show,
up.
like a sitcom together.
Yeah.
Like two brothers and stuff. You
Yeah,
know?
2 half men.
Two brothers that hate each other, you know, something where they have to come back together and like,
it's a
you know,
good
make
idea.
it work.
Yeah.
This is
You
way
never
dumber
know.
on TV.
You never know.
No.
No, but when he came to me and said, I was already, what was going on is Punch did a movie with an average height guy, and they were twin brothers.
Just, yeah, with that, yeah.
And he came to me after he's like, you know, produced.
They got
and all
into a
that.
bunch of festivals and stuff.
But he wanted to take it to the next level. He goes, "Do you have any advice?" And I go, "Well, how about I jump on board? I'll be a silent partner, and I'll open up some doors for you, and we'll go from there." I'm like, "You're a good bro. I'll do that for you." Well, we did, and it just didn't really connect. But us connecting started more and more. And he goes, "What do you think about doing a podcast?" I go, "I've been thinking about it, but the only thing I don't want to do is I don't want to record it. I don't want to edit. I don't want to do that. I want to show up.
Yeah.
I'll do the talking. We'll have fun. I'll use whatever I have that I can to bring guests, take it to that far, use social media. That's about as much as I want to do with it."
Yeah.
He goes, "Okay, if we can get something where we can do it like that, would you?" I said, "Show me a place."
Yeah.
And that's how we did it. And so then I said, "All right, I'm just doing it for fun.
That's
As long
the
as
way-
I'm having fun, whatever happens, extra is bonus."
We figured with the first season we could utilize like all our personal connections.
Yeah.
You know, and then get it going, and then by the second season, have people reaching out to us about like, you know, being on
that's-
it. And
that's where
it's
we are.
definitely happened.
Yeah.
That's what
But we're still trying to get that, like, those people on there that would help, you know, like every guest is different, and every guest can like bring in a different group of fans to join. And that's what's happened for us with like even like when we went on the Scissor Bros podcast to like and when the other podcast and this one comes out, then we'll get some of your fans to like jump on board and support us.
I love
Yeah.
Scissor Bros.
Oh,
Like and
God,
describe
those-
them.
Those guys are the best, right?
They're funny.
I love those guys.
Yeah.
We had a really good time on that podcast. I didn't know what we had to do, like a challenge at the end.
Yeah, no, I've been on there.
What was the challenge?
They wanted to hang like with a string, hang hot dogs
Yes.
out from our crotch, and then like swing them into our mouths.
Yeah, makes sense.
And me and him were a team, and then Stevie Weeby and Jeremiah were a team. But what we realized on that our legs are so damn short that we can't get that. Like even if we were to get the hot dog, it would like hit us here in the chest.
Right.
It wouldn't go all the way into our mouth. So we hung them from our necks, and we're trying to swing them into our mouth, and they were trying to swing them into their mouth. And then no one ended up getting it.
Nobody got a wiener in the mouth?
So the challenge ended up going to like me standing on the other side of the room and Jason throwing hot dogs at me.
Yeah.
And then I caught one before Stevie caught his.
Yeah.
And so what they had to do is they had those like dentist things
Yeah.
where they spread their mouth open and they lie on the floor and we like stuff hot dogs down their mouth since they lost.
Yeah.
It was great. It was
They're
fun.
very entertaining.
Wow.
Every
Yes,
time I...
they're another level.
It was one of those things where I didn't realize how competitive Jason was. Because the whole time he's like, "Get it, dude, you got this. Come on, Pancho.
Yeah.
You guys suck. You guys ain't gonna do shit."
Yeah.
Come on, Pancho.
If you
Come
turn,
on,
if a game is like some sort of there's a winner and a loser,
Yeah.
look out. I don't
Yes.
care what it's about.
Yes.
I don't even make the decision. I'm just like full gusto. I was on there, had to put my face in hot water and then put my face in cold water and was like, who could put their face in the cold water for the longest while you were ridiculed by the rest of the show? And I remember like, I'll drown before I lose.
Yeah,
You know
that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
I'll just sit there in cold water. Put me in
So
it.
what does that
I'll
do?
choke on these hot
Yeah.
dogs.
Putting your face in cold water and
It
then
actually
in hot
does nothing.
water.
It was a really stupid idea, but
The other time I went on, have you ever drank thick water?
no.
Thick water.
I mean, I don't want
Have you
to.
heard of thick water?
That just doesn't sound good.
It's
I
not.
You've
got a
never-
joke for
it's
it, but
not
I'll leave it.
semen.
No,
It's not semen.
it's not even. No,
not
there
that.
is.
It's worse.
Yeah, there is this stuff. No,
It's like you drink water, it turns into cement. Like, what is it?
no, it's. I don't know.
I've done it on his tour. I got it from the Magic Store.
Thick
And-
water?
Yeah, and it
No,
was
that's got something else. But
it was Chris Markovich.
Yeah, the
And
story is pretty
when
funny.
Chris Markovich was looking away, I poured it into his drink, and it's supposed to make the drink go completely hard.
it goes solid.
But he grabbed the drink too quick before it went hard, and it turned into like it was like a claggy thing. You know what I mean? Like a claggy vodka tonic.
Okay.
And
it was thick water.
sorry, it was
So it was like
yeah.
blobby.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
as he went to pour it in, I saw that it wasn't solidified and it was going into his mouth. So I snatched it out of his hand because I didn't want him to drink like claggy.
and get stuck in his throat.
I
or
just figured
something,
that
yeah.
that probably shouldn't be digested. The
Yeah,
joke
that-
was
you're like,
failing.
that's not the way
Yeah,
Chris
yeah.
Markovich should
So
die.
I slapped it out of his hand, like, "Oh man!" And he was like, "What the hell? Who put the claggy thing in my drink?" And he obviously assumes because I slapped it out that there was no way it was me. and poor Salema, who's like,
He blamed Salema.
he went off on Salema, and I had to be like, "Hey man, I did it, I did it." And then it was
yeah.
like this big uncomfortable thing because Chris kind of snapped on Sal, and I was like, "This is all me. I did all the. I'm your guy." And he was like, "Well, I can't get mad at you." And I'm like, "I know." But you also have to apologize to him because he didn't do anything, and you kind of freaked out on him. So yeah, I would not try that trick again.
Speaking of Chris Markovich, his footage that he's been putting up is amazing.
Yeah, he's
Oh
been
yeah, he's
killing
still
it.
in super good shape. I
He-
saw him recently. He's in super good shape, still skating hardcore.
And he entered Tampa. He just entered Tampa this last contest.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
Awesome.
I was like, Chris Markovich? And then I was like, well, yeah, look at all this footage. He is killing it. But back to thick
I love
water.
that dude.
Back to thick water.
It is, you get it in like the gallon jugs.
Yeah.
It's you think, okay, it's liquefied, but as soon as you put it in your mouth, it's like water and Vaseline together.
Is there like protein in it or something? What's
No.
the point?
I don't know what the chemicals are to make it that way, but there's something for people who can't swallow. Yeah, it's for people who have trouble swallowing. Remember when we were kids, they're like, oh, swallow a pill, and you're like, I can't swallow a pill, and you had to like, kind of get into it. There's people later in life that just can't swallow, and this thick water helps them to swallow, and you're just like, oh. We had to do that. We had to see who could drink as much thick water.
That sounds terrible.
How's that?
But it doesn't make you sick.
No, it's just gross.
It's
to
just
you.
Just what if it
Weird.
like gets super
Yeah,
solid?
it's
when
medical.
That's not, yeah.
you're
It's
just like,
medical. Hospitals use it. So it's yeah.
Hospitals use it and they dare people. See how much they can drink.
That doesn't seem like fun.
I got a question, Jay.
Uh-oh.
So
Oh, God. I want to leave right now.
no, come on, it's
Oh,
good.
you're making it scary. Go
Not
on.
at all.
I got a lot of demons. I don't know what you're
No,
about
I'm
to do.
keeping it. I'm keeping
Okay.
it up on,
Okay.
above the
So do
sea
I.
level.
So do I.
Okay.
Many years of serious radio and now podcast. What do you like better?
Oh, that's easy. I love podcasting by far. My boss is him, and he's not my boss. He's my equal.
Wait,
So
what?
we do whatever we want, whenever we want. And the only difference, and I believe in time that will be rectified. But right now, financially, Sirius was way better.
Yeah, but that's the only thing. But it could change. You never know.
I think it is, and I don't know. To me, I'm always a skateboarder, and when I went to Sirius, I was a radio guy, and I was feeding the people that aren't skateboarders.
The masses.
Yeah, which I don't have a problem with. The regulars of the world, like I get it.
Yeah.
But now being back with the king, and I'm the co-host, and it's. I'm
queen.
talking to my family again. Yeah, I am the queen, dude. That makes so
Yeah.
much sense.
It was
I am the
perfect,
queen
yeah.
of skateboarding.
So there
fine.
you go.
It's
Yeah,
perfectly
it's
fine.
I'm the
perfectly
first gay
fine.
guy to do the loop, so
Yeah.
if anyone's a queen, it's me for sure.
There you go.
But yeah, talking to skateboarders and having people, I have a lot more people from Australia hitting me up now. Like Sirius XM was not a global thing, so now having
okay.
people that, oh mate, good to see you. And I'm like, wait,
Yeah.
what? And it's like I saw you at Morty, or you know what I mean. I'm like, wait, this guy knew me when I was like 17, and now he knows me because I'm on Hawk versus Wolf. And it's like, and then skating again. And I did a
Yeah.
540 the other day, and people are like, I'm 48. I'm back in it now because of you. Like, and I'm like, dude, you're inspiring people to skate again. And that's all I ever wanted in my life because skateboarding gave me so much. And to know at 52, I'm getting people to skate again. Like, I've paid it back. You know what I mean? Like, so this is like, it means so much more to me to be on this than, no offense, Sirius XM.
But also, it was a slow burn. I mean, Sirius XM, out of the gate, this is your
yeah.
salary. And this is a year ago, we were paying money to do this.
No, I get
And
it.
now, people get annoyed with ads. We're trying to make a living
Yeah.
here too. So
I like food.
We're
Yep.
at the beginning of the gate right now too. We're paying to do it.
But
too,
you
know?
guys,
It's a process. It's
that's
a
the thing that
process.
you have that we have. That's the thing that skateboarding gives everybody. If you stick in it,
Yep.
you know that like there's a process. You're going to get kicked in the dick and dragged through it, and there's going to be pain, and you're going to say to yourself, "What the hell am I
you're
doing?"
gonna eat shit a lot.
And
Yeah.
if you never
Yep.
give up, in the end, all of a sudden you're like, "Man, I am a freaking flying eagle, son of a bitch! I control this thing." And it was all I had to do was pay my dues. So that's the
Yeah.
same to me. I'm like, I
love
apply
that.
that to this. I'm like,
Exactly.
maybe there's no money right now, but pretty soon I'm gonna get a helicopter. All my teeth are gonna have diamonds in it. And everyone's gonna suck my butt.
that's not my aspiration, but I'm happy for him.
everybody has a
I
dream.
want it for him.
Everyone has
In the
a dream.
nicest way possible. You know
Have
what
you
I mean?
guys ever had Brian Anderson on here?
No,
That would be a good one.
I would love to talk to
Yeah.
him, man. He was the first guy when he came out, and I was still not sure what I was. And when he came out, and everyone was like, "Man, you hear he's gay," and I was like, "Is he still like, are you guys cool with him?" And like, "What do you mean? He's freaking awesome!" And I'm like, "Wait, you can be gay and not be banned?" Because when my experience is I hooked up with a trans girl a long time ago in Australia. And one of that same guy that took my oxygen mask,
There we go.
he
Okay.
saw that, and then he started telling people in America that I'm
Jeez.
gay. And then at one point, the team that I was on, they called me on speakerphone, the whole team, and they were like, "We're kicking you off because you're an F-bomb." And they all laughed and clicked, and I was like, it was heartbreaking to me, and I denied it. I was like, you guys are just making that up. Like it ruined me. I went back to Australia. I didn't want to I didn't want to go on contests anymore because
That's so
all those
gnarly
guys
how
were
it
there
was
and they
like
were
that.
saying that. They were telling fans, like I'd go to sign a T-shirt. It's like, so-and-so tells me that and I'm like, dude, I can't live like this. Like, I gotta get out of here.
What's crazy about that? Yeah.
There's been a transition.
I left
in
skateboarding.
society. I know.
Dude, I left
and
skateboarding.
Since then,
I come back now, and it's like,
you'll have a whole new crowd.
dude, not only is it okay to be bi in skateboarding, but it's like, there's 11-year-old girls on there that are like, go Jay, you know what I mean? And everyone's happy for their, like, it used to be like, if you had a weird style, you sucked. Now it's street dude, vert dude, park dude, girl, guy, trans, gay, straight. Like, if you're skating, we love you.
Alien, whatever.
And I literally left it wherever that transition happened. I wasn't there for it. So I just came back and they're like, hey man, like, good to see you again. I'm like, really? I'm okay. They're like, what do you mean you okay? Like, get on the ramp and ride with us. And it's so much more positive that it attracted me to skateboarding again. Like the fear of being picked out. Like every now and then I see guys that I knew didn't like me anymore because of that. Like at Tampa, I saw a few people.
Is it still like that?
No, but I got ready for it. Like
It's hard to shake that.
Yeah, I got ready to fight.
Like, I definitely.
Because I was like, if you say it now, it's a different me. Like, I'm proud of who I am now, and if you call me out for that, you're getting slept.
Yeah.
But which also, walking around getting ready to sleep somebody is not a casual experience. Like, I'm not a tough guy. I'm a terrified guy who built himself into a tough guy, but I don't want to fight.
You
I'm
are
scared
a very
of fighting.
tough guy. You are like the toughest, manliest vert skateboarder I've ever met. And I don't know if that's
You got to add most sensitive into there somewhere.
And I feel the same
God
way.
damn it, Tony. Just let me live in the tough bit. Yeah, he's right.
I feel the same way about Brian Anderson. Like, that kind of shit doesn't bother me. Like, that dude skateboarding first and foremost to me, and I fell in love with him for that.
Yeah.
You know, like,
He's a machine,
that other shit.
like a beast.
cares?
I think it was just a time.
gnarly.
It was just a time where it was a group mentality, man. I honestly feel like the individual would not have hated me, but it was more like there was a group mentality that had to say, like one of my friends said, look, I heard that you're gay, but I know it's not true. But if you were, like, we wouldn't be friends. You know that, right? And I was like, yeah, obviously. And I never forgot.
Like, well, see you later.
That kind of stuff, when it's like an ultimatum where it's such a huge diss, it's hard to shake that. Like, I still have a hard time forgiving things where you said some crazy stuff about me. You know what I mean? Like, I'm talking about like other people where it's like, I don't know if I can just let that go. It's hard.
Dude, the biggest one, not even that long ago, he talked about this contest where this guy was talking about me like that. And he said he heard about it. Like, someone came up to him and said, yeah, Ellis is a F-bomber. And Tony was like, if he is or if he isn't, how does that make a difference to him?
Yeah,
and I didn't know he said that 20 years ago. But when I heard he said that like 6 months ago, it meant so much to me that it was insane. Like, I didn't know that anyone had my back then. Especially if I had heard that he said that, I would have stayed.
Yeah.
Because I just thought everybody, I was like, I didn't do it. I didn't do it.
I don't know if you would have
like
stayed because those guys hated me too. So we were all.
I could have hung out in that little group, no problem. Like, you hate Tony Hawk and Jason Ellis, I'm cool with that group. Hate on.
Wow. I have a question for you, Jason. When did you realize when Jackass started blowing up quickly? At one point, did you realize, like, oh, this is way bigger than I would have ever thought?
So when Jackass first started, I was on Dogtown still.
Yeah.
And we were still doing tours and going places. I went to Japan with Grind King.
Just raw skate tour.
Raw skate tour. Full like low budget skate tour.
Sharing rooms.
In Japan, sharing rooms.
Oh, maybe not in Japan. That's tricky in Japan. Yeah.
Not in Japan, but yeah, we had our own rooms and stuff. But we were on these skate tours, and they're like, oh, it's not going to be that big or whatever. And we're like, okay. And our demos were huge. Even the people putting them on were like, we can't believe the demos are this big. And second, we would be cruising through the streets of Shibuya, and people were coming out of the store yelling, "Wee Man, Wee Man, Wee Man." And everybody on the tour with me was like...
Because the movies?
Because of the show.
I didn't know the show was...
The show just had come out.
And it was international.
And it went international. It was on MTV, went international. And the guys were like, dude, this is going to be big for you. And I'm like, whoa. It freaked me out for a little bit at first.
Yeah.
Because I was like, oh, we just went and filmed
That
this.
was your first experience with it in Japan.
In Japan,
That's
that
so
I
wild.
knew that now it's going to be crazy.
Right.
Because this was the first season. This was like after the first season. And we're like, oh, yeah, it's big. We passed 2 episodes on the air. We haven't been canceled. And now we're on tour, and the people are like, he's here? Like, And I was like, whoa, this is insane.
I remember San Diego trade show. You were walking down the street, going back down to the trade show, and the whole street was buzzing that Wee Man was going down the street. And I knew you before that. And I remember like sitting on the side of the street going, I just want somebody who's a part of us to make it. And like, I didn't even come up to you. I just watched you walk down the street and I went, so awesome. Like one of us made it, And then I remember, I don't know if you remember at the front of a club in LA, trashed.
Yeah, definitely don't remember.
And it was like,
Definitely don't
it was
remember.
somebody
I'm
was
surprised he remembers.
That is,
it was on, I forgot the rest of the night, but it was more of it was, they weren't letting us in, and their car came by, and I was trying to talk to these 2 girls.
Okay.
And a car came by, and you were in the car.
Okay.
And you were like, Ellis. And I was like, hey, Wee Man. And the girls all of a sudden were like, hey, wait, you know Wee Man? I'm like, yeah, he's my friend. What's up? They're like, oh, let's all hang out. And I was like, Wee Man, let's all hang out. And you were like, yeah, no problem. And then I had, like, I don't know. But I remember
You're saying it to me as if I don't know any of these stories or what transpired.
Well, we all
Oh, for
hung out.
shame, Jason. You were drinking with 2 girls?
And then you finally all hung
then
out?
We all played crochet.
And you guys were hanging out together?
Yeah. Off we went into
Debauchery.
into the night.
The best kind of like the best oops, I didn't know I did this to somebody story was Quentin Tarantino grew up in South Bay and filmed in South Bay. And at the time I was still living in Hermosa and all that, riding my bike through the area and stuff. And I'm riding my bike through one day and I hear, Wee Man! And I'm like, okay, whatever, some random fan. So I just and I keep going. Well, the Hateful Eight movie comes out and it's the premiere and get invited. And Quentin Tarantino's off to the side. He's like, Wee Man, come here. And I'm like, oh, okay, what's up? He's like, were you riding your bike 2 months ago down Hermosa Pier? And I go, yeah. He goes, yeah, I yelled at you and you pieced me. And I go, you should have said Jason. I go, do you know how many people yell Wee Man?
Yeah.
And I'm not just gonna like stop every 5 minutes. He goes, I was telling my friends 10 minutes before that, you lived in this neighborhood, totally cool. You cruise around and you pieced me.
And you dusted him.
Had you met him before?
No. But he goes, yeah.
But did he know your name was Jason?
That I don't know either. So
Yeah, he deserved to be dusted. Who
So
cares?
it was
Make
the
another movie. I don't
funniest
care.
I just want to see the look on other people's face that know it's Quentin, and then they just see this guy. And they're like,
Yeah.
you just got dissed by Wee Man.
Wee Man doesn't care.
You're not Ellis.
Here's a hateful one.
Yeah.
Hey, Jason, how long have you been doing stand-up for?
I think like 4 years.
Nice, man.
Yeah.
Did you have to look at Stop to get the
No,
answer?
my manager's in the corner. She's the one.
Okay.
Brianna would know the exact date.
I've been doing it for like 2.5 years now, and we should do something together.
I
one
would
day.
love to, man. I've never been hungrier for anything in my life. Because to me,
I feel the same
it's
way.
like skateboarding, but when you fuck up, you don't have to go to hospital.
Yeah.
You just kind of feel a little humiliated.
Yeah.
But the next day you wake up and there's no pain.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, I could do this for the rest of my
I love
life.
it. I love that sensation, that feeling. Like, I think the discipline of skateboarding kind of has definitely helped me out as far as like writing jokes and going up there and working out the material until you get it right.
Do you talk about skating in
I
your
do.
set?
I do. One of the things I talk about is skateboarding. A friend of mine, Brad Williams, who's a little person comedian, he's like, since you're just starting out, what's going to separate you from every other comedian is skateboarding and the fact that you're a little person married to a tall woman. Talk about that. And that was like the biggest help, because as soon as I started talking about skateboarding, a lot of the other people, mostly bros in there, that are like into sports and stuff, if you kind of word it in a way of like making it relatable to other sports, they're into it. They're caught in there. But one of the things I say, and he was at a show one time. I was like, anybody in here accomplish any dreams when they were younger? Anything cool? And usually no one wants to say anything.
Yeah.
So I'm like, wow, that's pretty disappointing for your parents, huh? I'm like, I don't want to brag or anything, but I was actually the first little person professional skateboarder in the entire world. I'm like, that's pretty cool, right? I'm like, not a big deal. There was only 2 of us, And I started skating at the age of 10, became a professional at 18, and at 15 years old, I fingered a stripper. And that's it. And people just die. They just laugh. And then I have a whole other set. But
Those are some great accomplishments.
Yeah.
I've
No,
helped-
got her to
I mean,
laugh.
that's kind of your trajectory.
What's that?
That's
And
kind of your
now
trajectory.
Don't steal my
God,
joke,
stop putting me in
Jason.
the fingers. God. Yeah, all right.
With these 2
I
sausage
turned
legs, there
pro
we
and I
go.
fingered everybody. Ta-da!
It happens.
That's the kind of shit that happens. in this
You and I
life.
might have been side by side at one point.
I'm like, that's the kind of shit that happens in this life. And people are like, no, it doesn't happen to me. I'm like, well, it happened to me.
Maybe turn pro at skateboarding. Your fingers are
Yeah.
gonna get tired.
Yeah.
Wow, sorry.
Stinky too.
I don't even know what hole it was. Just kidding.
Comedy or
We had to bring
skateboarding,
the jackass element, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go.
When people ask me about what's it like being on Jackass, like, is it crazy? I'm like, no, you just got to always cover your drink or your crotch.
Yeah. Exactly it.
When they're not shooting.
Yes.
You know what's funny? This guy's got such PTSD from like doing Jackass and everything with that we went to the 9 Club to do their podcast, and they had a doorbell on the top, and he made me press it.
Yeah, fair enough.
Because he's like,
I'm like,
I
hey,
don't know.
ring the doorbell.
Fair enough, dude.
He goes, you can't reach it. I go, no, I just don't want to.
Yeah.
No, at first I was like, haha, you can't reach it, I'm taller than you.
Yeah.
And then he's like, no, I don't want to, dude. Like,
I
you never know
don't
what's
ring
gonna
doorbells.
happen.
Yeah.
I know,
Even here,
yeah.
Just
even
some
here, he's
fist
like,
comes out
here.
the door.
I'm like, I'll touch this one, but you ring that one over there.
even here, he's like searching the couch, making sure Jeff Tremaine didn't show up before here and plant something.
Yeah.
Fair
It's
enough,
hilarious,
dude.
dude.
Yes.
I've seen your work, man. Fair enough.
And I
And
become
you've
the
seen
guinea
my
pig for that.
friend.
He's like, you
Yeah.
do it. I'm
Yes,
like,
I
you've
know.
seen my
I know.
friend.
They're my
You
friends.
got
I know.
ejected from a couch.
Yeah.
Yep.
oh, dude.
Huge.
Dude, that was not cool.
If you guys do that, I'm screwed. I'll be like wheeling out of here.
Yeah.
No.
You know?
In
We don't-
wrong shot.
We know pain. We don't want to put
Yeah.
anyone into
Yeah.
more pain.
yeah.
We've had it with pain.
Yeah.
Let's put it that
Yeah.
way.
Get you an ice pack or something. That's what
That is a real thing though. Like I can imagine
Oh.
that because every time I go on the set, I'm like, oh, something's gonna happen with it.
Yeah,
we're
you
not.
get it when you're around there. You
Yeah.
get PTSD because you're like, oh shit's going down.
Yeah.
But it sucks
Because it
now.
is.
He's like,
Yeah.
you do
Because
a
they're-
bunch. I'm like, all right.
They're all thinking of it the whole time.
You know when we did the Jackass Forever, the
Intro, the cum intro.
yeah. Did you know that there was a loose wire on the? Did you see that at all? Like when because you know
No.
we kept shooting it and we were just slimed 3 or
Yeah.
4 times, right?
Yeah.
What were they
And-
using? Like rice milk?
Actual jizz.
From a horse.
I don't know. It was the worst was okay. We have to shoot this again. It could have been. Who knows?
I don't know because
The worst was they're like, we got to shoot it again.
Yeah.
And you guys got to go change into your clothes. And they had no showers or anything. So we're just like wiping it off with towels and then putting other clothes on. But I only had one change of clothes.
Yeah.
But the reason I brought it up is because there was a corner, there was like this light. And if you stepped on it, you got shocked. There was like an exposed wire just on the set after. So I'm walking back slimed. And then because it's conducting all the electricity, I'm like, ah!
Oh,
And I was like, is
wow.
that a jackass? Like, did I just get?
Like, did they side prank me?
Is that a thing?
The side prank.
Yeah,
the side
and then I was like, I just got shocked right here. They're like, what are you talking about? What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
And I
I'm
go,
not
oh, that
into the
wasn't a
side
gag.
prank.
That's actually a
They were all
problem.
pissed
Yeah.
they didn't get it on video.
Yeah.
With Jackass, there was probably always side pranks.
No, that
That sucks.
yeah.
The whole show's a side
Like,
prank.
okay, I
yeah.
got it. I got pranked once, and then boom, another.
It's like
one.
90% on your way to the stunt, they do something to you that's the stunt.
you'll be at a stunt and there's another thing gonna happen to you while you're watching. That's the whole like.
With the hand that hits you, is that a soft hand?
No, that
that
was not a soft
sucks.
hand.
Yeah. That's pretty funny.
And
Is that the one with the
He was
drink
already
soup?
like, oh, whoa.
and
High five.
yeah. Oh hey, here you go.
What about this?
Yeah, it's just a
no,
gentle
like
touch.
like soft. Like, is it cushiony or is it just hard?
Like gentle lotion and
Yeah, yeah.
everything.
Wee Man,
like,
if you're walking down a corridor and your boys are in another room, they're like, "Hey man, come this way," and
Nah.
you're like, "Right, for life, right?"
for life.
Ever
I'll meet you
again.
outside. I'll meet you outside.
Nobody in the world knows what it's like to walk into a room and get hit with a giant hand. You're the
Yes.
only one.
Yes.
Like, of course, I feel like from watching that, if Johnny Knoxville or anybody from that thing was like, Ellis, in here, I'd be like,
Yeah.
bullshit. I don't. This is not gonna help my
Got
career.
snacks and stuff. Come on in.
Oh yeah, I'll walk in, but I'll walk in with my arms up like,
I remember the hand where they're like, deliver the soup.
Soup, yeah.
He's like, I should have
Aaron-
known something's
Aaron
up.
fell for the
delivering soup.
We're having a big group here. We're feeding the homeless. Come
Hey, I
on
got a cramp
in.
in my leg. Will you go get me the thing of soup right here? Just come back, you know?
What was the most frightening, or the one that you were like,
I wasn't, but they caught me off guard, but they didn't really show it. We called it, what did we call it? It was the one where the light blacked out with the cobra in it.
oh yeah,
And we had to fight everybody in the room.
they mess with everybody in that.
So Preston and I were first, and they're like, "Hey, Chris is gonna put a cookie on this cobra or something, or mess with a cobra, and Knoxville's gonna take the cookie off. We just need you guys to just sit on the couch and watch it." And we're like, "Oh, this is like best day at work. Love
Yeah.
these days are awesome."
Not a little bit of paranoia right there already.
Not much.
Oh, you
'cause
idiot. Yeah.
they somehow got me, like, they got that one little moment that I didn't have the PTSD.
Yeah.
And I got excited to work.
Yeah.
So then we were watching it. We were, okay, this is how it's going to be. Like, it was a full, like, safety setup. And they're like, "Oh, but you know what? Change your shirts, guys. Come out here." And that's when they removed the snake. And everybody's going crazy around. We just changed shirts and come back in. And boom, they slammed the door. Preston, and I'm like, "Fuck, all right, we're fighting these dudes." I go, "We're punching, we're going to fight these dudes. They don't know who they just got."
Yeah.
So
Wait, who do
they-
you think you're fighting?
I knew it was Knox was going to be in there, and I knew Chris.
You were prepared to fight them.
Whoever. Yeah,
Okay.
it's on. And
It's on, you said.
You can tell. They'll say it too. But somehow there was in this room, and they were wearing night goggles to see us and cattle prong us and do different things to us, right? So we're like, okay, it's on. It's
Cattle
on.
prod in the dark. I'm already so pissed.
Yeah. There was a little light, a little velvet piece that was covering a window, and Preston saw it and he ripped it down and it let light in. Now we saw the whole room, and we started grabbing everything and getting knocks, and Preston's beating up JP in the corner. And they're like, no, wait, what? And we're like, "No, it's on, guys. You want to play this game? It's on. You guys let loose on us, and we're letting loose." And they're like, no, this isn't the footage we want, this, you know?
Yeah.
So they cut us out because we saw the little light.
Oh, so you saved
Yeah.
yourself from serious trauma.
Yeah.
Because the
that's
other
still a
guys.
funny bit.
Wait, they took the
It was.
cobra out of there, or was it still in
So
there?
when we went to change shirts,
they got
that's
rid
when
of
they
it.
took the cobra out. But they tried to play like, "Oh, the cobra's still in here, guys.
Yeah.
Watch out."
But they got the other guys with it.
Yeah, they got him good.
Real good.
Yeah. It
I
was
think
crazy.
one of the funniest things I've ever seen in motion pictures is Preston and you jumping off the bridge with the bungee
That is-
cord. I don't think I've
that
ever
looks
laughed
scary.
harder.
That was fun. So Jeff took me there the day before and said, "Hey, would you jump off this?" I'm like, "Yeah." Because back where I live in Hermosa, I would jump off the pier all
Right.
the time. So I was
You're a
used to-
skateboarder because
Yeah.
you jump off a pier.
So he goes, "You'll jump off this." I go, "Yeah, no problem. This I'll jump off of." I go, "If you get Preston on here, I'll jump." And
Wait, did he say you're going to jump with the bungee cord or just jump?
yeah, no, jump.
Oh, from the
Did
get-go, you knew you were.
I knew the whole bit. We
Okay,
knew the whole
but
bit I was
Did
doing.
you think that Preston could have? Did you think he was going to remain?
No, I didn't
You
know.
knew he would fall.
I had a feeling because one of his nerves, and two, just a little yank. He was gonna do it.
He's going to fall anyway.
Yeah, he's gonna
Even
go.
if he doesn't jump, he's coming.
He's coming.
Right, okay.
Yeah. So I said, just get him. But I was worried Preston wasn't even gonna get on the edge.
Right.
Because
he was legitimately
afraid
terrified.
of heights. Like, he's afraid of a curb.
Right.
So I was like, okay, if you get him there, I'll jump.
Is that one take, or did you have to do that again?
That was one take.
Okay, good.
And here's the craziest thing. Back then, it was like flip phones that had cameras or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And the paramedic was on the boat right behind Dimitri. And she filmed the whole bit on her phone. And Dimitri said, Jeff, not letting the paramedic off this boat until the footage is deleted. She recorded it exact same angle I got, and which was the straight on one that everyone saw.
Did she give it up?
Yeah, she gave it up.
Reluctantly, or was she
she
trying to do a sneaky one?
She was at first. She's like, "Oh, I got this." Yeah. And this was right in the beginning when like cell phone videos were very clear and stuff and posting.
Yeah.
And we're like, shit, now we're going to have to deal with this when we go out and film.
Oh, wow, yeah. Of course.
That was Jackass 2 when that like first started hitting. Jackass 3D is when we started just doing slow motion camera stuff. And then Jackass 4 was all backyard stuff. Just because of that,
Couldn't be out in the wild.
Yeah, it couldn't be. Like, as soon as if me and Steve-O start walking around, every phone's out.
Right.
Yeah.
So it changed the whole dynamic of how we filmed the movie. So.
I never would have thought of that.
Yeah.
It's pretty obvious when I think about it now.
Yeah, it's
Of
crazy.
course they'll video it and post it immediately.
Steve-O and Wee Man just jumped over a car and all this.
Yeah.
I got it.
An hour later, it's everywhere.
2 seconds later, it's on.
Yeah.
Whenever I'm with this guy, everywhere we go, like groups of people just flock to him to get photos with him while he's eating, while he's doing anything. He's just so recognizable. But it's gotten us free food, which is great.
How do you deal with that?
You know
Love
it.
it. I love
it too.
What do you mean, how do I deal with it? Thank you.
Right, every time?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Never get
Yes.
on your nerves?
Yeah.
No, and people always, like, I'm very kind to all the if I have,
workers. You're always kind to the workers.
and even like fans. But if I have like food in my mouth, I'm gonna be nice, but I'm gonna let you know you just asked me. Like, you didn't say, "Hey, my name's Bob. Nice to meet you, Wee Man." You're like, "Hey, can I get a photo?" And I'm like, I'll like rudely eat my food and go, "Yeah, sure." You know, to make you maybe think, "Oh wait, did I ask him at the wrong time?"
I feel like out of all of us, he probably knows that one more than anyone.
Yeah.
In my little experience, the worst one I ever had was at a skate park in Australia. I went to the bathroom and I was in the toilet sitting on the can, and I see 2 feet walk up to the front of the door, and a kid goes, "Are you Jason Ellis?" And I go, "Yeah. Can I get your autograph?" And I was like, "Can I finish taking a shit first?"
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I was like, like right now, like should I just get up and turn on you and sign your T-shirt? Like I thought it was a pretty crazy question to be asking. Like you've got me. You know what I mean? Like I ain't going out the back door. I'm not going down the bowl.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
There's
Eventually I'm coming
door.
out.
There's one door at the restroom.
I had a guy recognize me at a urinal and then was like, "Hey man, you talking?" Yeah. And he's like, "Nice to meet you." And I'm like,
no.
"Can you just give me a minute?"
Yeah.
My hand is not free for you right
there,
now.
Been there multiple times. And people with their phones, and I'm like, I came in right here, and this is the only.
We're going out that door. Let's stay right there.
We
Yeah.
can meet outside. Yeah.
Is that the picture you want too? Is that the picture you want?
Is this the one
I
you
was
want? Hey, me and Wee Man, Pete, or me and Tony Hawk.
In the bathroom.
Pete, yeah.
It was funny. Me and him were at a Starbucks, and he ordered both of us coffee, and they were making it and stuff, and we went and sat down, and they yelled out, "Wee Man," you know? And he's like, "Will you go grab that?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'll go grab it. You paid for it." I went and grabbed it, and the guy that was behind me was like, "I knew it was you." I'm like, "It's not me. He's right over there."
Oh,
Like,
wow.
Are you serious? I got hair. He had a shaved head. It's like, it's just nuts, like, when that happens.
It's not that surprising. We all get it. Like this, people get giddy. I think it's awesome that someone like, especially an adult, that can get so giddy that they'll say stuff. They don't usually talk like that.
Yeah,
I know
a different
a
people.
little person, black, gay guy who's been called Wee Man.
It makes sense.
And I'm like,
Yeah,
he
total
goes, "Yep,
sense, yeah.
people have come up to
Gay
me
and black,
and they're like, Wee Man." And he's like, "Really?" "That's me. You found me."
I've just been tanning hard.
Yeah.
Tanning hard, man. I'm just
Been in
Well,
the
here it
Bahamas
is.
for
Here
5
it is.
years.
Here's proof.
Yeah.
Poncho?
Two different people. Poncho, Jason.
Yep.
There you
Two
go.
different
Right.
skaters.
Get it straight.
Yeah.
Same stance.
Same stance. Yeah. Hey, thanks you guys for coming.
Thank you
through.
for
Thank
having
you for
us,
having
man.
us.
We had a good
That
time.
was super fun.
No, great time.
I wish
you guys are awesome.
I really hope that this takes off the podcast, and
We do too.
I love your guys' attitude and fan of your skating. So thanks for everything.
Oh,
we
thank
want you on
Tony.
the show us next.
In a second. You just
Nice.
say the day. I'm there.
Awesome.
Yeah.
It would be sweet.
Like and describe.
And their show too.
Low
Yeah.
Revolution.
Little revolution.
Crossover. This is the crossover. This
you
is where we
still-
need you to go to there.
Do you still drink?
No.
No,
I'm
okay.
actually 10 days sober today from everything. I quit everything. Weed.
Like for forever?
everything. Yep.
Okay, yeah, I'm sober too, but we still, with our podcast, we advertise a little tiny bar.
Mini bar.
We have little drinks
Yeah,
everywhere.
I'm not saying everyone else has to. I'm just saying I
There's
can't
some
do
scotch
it.
in there.
I got
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, it's all good.
I participated.
That's cool. Congratulations, man.
Thanks, mate.
Yeah.
Okay, till next time.